Okay, so as you can see here on the screen, the word diverse, as it's written in the book of Proverbs, chapter 20, right?
Diverse.
And then, as it says here, is an adjective, archaic. And it says here, of varying types, several. All right. And then you have your antonyms here, which is similar: several, many, numerous, multiple, manifold. Okay. So this is your definition of diverse, man. So this is what's an abomination unto the Most High. All right. When you have various types of lies and deception that's being fed to the people, man, right? Through the mass media. Okay. Assorted, miscellaneous, okay, different, legion. All right. And then it says right here, what does the Bible, which is the scriptures, mean by diverse, right? And then it says different, unequal, various, okay? Now, as it's written in Paul's epistles, he says, be not unequally yoked with non-believers, right? So this is a diverse weight, man. And then it says here, diverse weights and diverse measures, both of them are alike abomination unto the Most High power. All right. And then it says right here, what does diverse weights in the Bible mean? Right. And then it says right here, I'm just going to skip what it says first, right? It says the fact that they're doubled or compared seems to suggest a problem, that the Most High Power detests them both, makes it clear that there's a serious problem, right? And just for your sake, right, for the curiosity, what does diverse mean in James 1? It says diverse temptations mean many different kinds. We're tempted to lie, cheat, steal, commit adultery, okay, which is spiritual and physical, right? And murder. A temptation puts to test what a Christian or so-called Christian says they believe to find out if they really believe. A temptation in and of itself has no power. That's true, and it really doesn't, okay? It's the weakness of the flesh that makes us fall victim to the temptation that's being dealt us, right? So that's your definition of diverse, okay? Now let's go back to the book of Proverbs, but this time we're going to go to chapter 11. And we're going to read verse 1. And as it says here, this is basically like another reiteration, right? A false balance is abomination to the Most High Power, but a just weight, a balanced weight, is his delight. Okay? So as it's written here, it's written plainly, man, that there's a reason why, the Most High, he told his people to be fruitful and multiply in the earth, man. Okay? Because a just weight, in which is a balance, is a delight to the Most High. So why would he make this world overpopulated, man? It don't make no sense. But once again, this is what's being fed us through the mass media, man. All right, all of the lies and deception and the gaslighting, okay? So they can continue to make their GMOs, their GMO fruits, their GMO vegetables with gene editing, okay? The mixing and mingling of the clean with the unclean animals, man, in gene editing, right? And this right here, the so-called charagma, okay? They want to follow their so-called Georgia Guidestones and depopulating the earth down to 500 million, man. All of this right here is gaslighting, man. If you're meditating in the Most High scriptures, man, and in its laws, statutes, commandments, day and light, you can't be deceived by these devils, man. All right? So that's the reason why it says that in the book of Proverbs, chapter 11, man, right? Once again, from the top. A false balance, all right? A false balance, an overpopulated world, right, is abomination unto the Most High Power, but a just weight, is his delight, man, right? Let's go to chapter 16, still in the book of Proverbs. Okay. And we're going to jump down to verse 11. And it read, a just weight and balance are the most high powers. All the weights of the bag are his work. Okay, what's the bag? You can say that's metaphorically or symbolically used for the world, his creation and everything in it, man. Okay, everything that he made in this world is good. Even the world itself, all right, is perfect. All right. So that's the just weights in his bag, man. That's his delight. Okay, so the world can't become overpopulated, man, right? All of that stuff is gaslighting, man, right? And just to cure the curiosity, let's look up the definition of what gaslighting is. All right, because this is what's being dealt on a daily basis, man, right? And not only through mass media, but also in whatever you're dealing with in life, man. You know, a lot of people are being gaslighted in all things, man. But this is why you have to ask the Most High for that spirit, man, that Holy Spirit, in which is going to give you the spirit of discernment and wisdom and knowledge and understanding in all things, man. Right? So as it says here,
gaslight,
which is a verb, manipulate someone using psychological methods into questioning their own sanity or powers of reasoning. Okay, so that's what it is to gaslight, right? Now, back in the days in the hood, you know, we'd say things like, you know, or you gassing me, or stop gassing me up, right? Or you gassing them, man. Why are you gassing them like that, right? That's the terminology that we use, but it's really short for gaslighting, right? And as it says here, gaslighting is a form of psychological manipulation in which the abuser, okay, the abusers of this society, the powers that shouldn't be, right, attempts to sow self-doubt and confusion in their victim's mind, right? Typically, gaslighters are seeking to gain power, okay, gain power, hence, and control over the other person or people, all right, or general population, right? By distorting reality and forcing them to question their own judgment and intuition. Okay, so that's what's causing people to get the so-called charagma. Okay, that's what's making people think that the world is overpopulated, so it's okay for the so-called mad scientists from the powers that shouldn't be to create all of these gene editing foods, man. GMO vegetables, GMO fruits, okay, mixing and mingling all of the clean with the unclean animals, man. Okay, so that's your example of gaslighting, and this is what's going on today, right? And it's unfortunate, you know, because a lot of our people, they don't understand that we're dealing with devils, man. And when you're dealing and dancing with devils, this is what you're going to be dealt on a daily basis, which is gaslighting, lies, and deception through their mass media, man, right? So this is the reason why we have to stay diligent in our studies, man, okay? So we won't be gaslighted by people saying, oh, the world is overpopulated, so, you know, we have to create this right here, or we got to create more GMOs, right? We got to create laboratory created meats, okay, in which the so-called FDA just approved, man. And those guys, they just lost all credibility with me, man, right? Ever since they fired those last two chairmen, right? They claim that they stepped down, but I believe that they was fired. They was forced out because they was standing their ground, man. They didn't want to go along with the program that's being ran now, okay, with the so-called charagma, the so-called creation of all of these GMOs, laboratory meats, grown laboratory meats, man. right? Those guys, they wasn't standing for that, but I think they was forced down, right? So when you see things that's approved by the so-called FDA and the CDC, me personally, it lost both of those places. They lost all credibility with me. Let's go to the book of Genesis, chapter 1. Okay, so here we go. We're in the book of Genesis, chapter 1. And we're going to start at 1. And it read, in the beginning, the Most High Power created the heaven and the earth. So that's letting you know that the Most High created the heaven and the earth, man, right? Verse 2. And the earth was without form and void, and darkness was upon the face of the deep. And the Spirit of the Most High Power moved upon the face of the waters, man. So that's also letting you know that the earth wasn't formed into a ball or a sphere. All right. It's letting you know here that the earth was without form. Okay. So where did people get a ball or a sphere from, man? Right. So let's jump down to verse 9. And it read, and the Most High Power said, let the waters under the firmament be gathered together onto one place, and let the dry land appear. And it was so. Verse 10. And Most High Power called dry land earth. Okay, so that's what he called the dry land. He didn't call the whole entire plain earth, right? It was just the dry land, which is the mountains of the world, right? In continuation, in the gathering together of the waters called he seas. Okay, so that's what the waters are called, seas, right? Or oceans, as they say today. And the Most High Power saw that it was what? It was good. All right. Verse 11. And the Most High Power said, let the earth bring forth grass, the herb yielding seed, and the fruit tree yielding fruit after his kind, okay, which is a male, all right, whose seed is in itself upon the earth, and it was so. Okay, so that's letting you know here that the trees and the bushes, you know, they had the seed, and then of course the earth is the woman, it's the female. So, you know, the trees and the bushes, you know, the vines or whatever, they have to plant their seeds in Mother Earth, and that's how they bring forth more fruit. Okay, that's how they work in conjunction with one another. Verse 12. And the earth brought forth grass and herb yielding seed after his kind, and the tree yielding fruit, whose seed was in itself after his kind. And the Most High Power, what? Saw that it was good. Okay. So right here, this is letting you know that the Most High, he made everything perfect. When he was creating all of the things in the earth, from the grass to the trees, to the fruits and vegetables, to the vineyards, everything that he created, he made good, he made perfect, and he seen to it that it was good. Okay, when he was creating the earth and everything in it. All right, so it'll be impossible for this place to become overpopulated, as the powers that shouldn't be like to push to the people, how they like to gaslight that to the people to fit their narrative, to fit their agenda. Okay, so they can continue to make their patent GMO. Okay, so here we go. All right.
Patent.
And the first definition is a noun, as it says here, and it says a government authority or license conferring a right or title for a set period, especially the sole right to exclude others from masking, using, or selling an invention. And then right here for your antonyms, which is similar, it says copyright, license, right, permit, privilege, right, charter, franchise. Okay, so that's basically self-explanatory there, man. That's when something is owned. Okay, something is created, right? And then of course you have all your other definitions here. Right. And then as it says here, a patent is exclusive right granted for an invention. Okay, granted for an invention. All right, your GMO fruits and vegetables, your mixed and mingled meat. All right, your so-called charagma that you enforcing people to take, right? Or basically deceiving people to take, okay? Or manipulating people to take, all right? You're taking away certain privileges unless they have it, right? So this is what's being spoken about in the book of Revelation, man. If you don't have that so-called mark, that charagma, all right, then you're not going to be able to do the things that you need to do to sustain yourself in this society, man, right? As it says here, which is a product or a process that provides, in general, a new way of doing something or offers a new technical solution to a problem, a so-called problem, all right? Because what the Most High made is good, man. There's no need for you to be mixing and mingling, okay, and creating all of these GMO fruits and vegetables, man, all right? You're gaslighting the people, telling the people this is something that they need, okay, because the world is becoming overpopulated, right? Since we're going to go back to the book of Genesis, chapter 1, and it reads, and the earth brought forth grass, and herb yielding seed after his kind, and the tree yielding fruit, whose seed was in itself after his kind. And the Most High Power saw that it was good. Okay, verse 13. And the evening and the morning were the third day of the week, right? So let's jump down to verse 20, and it reads, and the Most High said, Let the waters bring forth abundantly the moving creature that have what? Life, and fowl that it may fly above the earth in the open firmament of the heaven. Verse 21. And the Most High Power created great whales, and every living creature that moveth, which the waters brought forth abundantly after their kind, and every winged fowl, in today's terminology, that's your birds, right? After his kind, and earth, and the Most High saw that it was what? It was good, all right? Meaning that it was perfect, the way the Most High created them, right? Verse 22. And the Most High blessed them, saying, be what? Be fruitful and multiply, and fill the waters in the seas, and let fowl multiply the earth. Okay, so this is what the Most High commanded even the animals to do. Not only mankind, but us as well, right? With the animals and the mammals of the seas, right? Verse 23. And the evening and the morning were the fifth day. Verse 24. And the Most High Power said, let the earth bring forth the living creature after his kind, the cattle and the creeping thing, and beasts of the earth after his kind. And it was so. Verse 25. And the Most High Power made the beasts of the earth after his kind, and cattle after their kind, and everything that creepeth upon the earth after his kind. And the Most High Power saw that it was what? Good. Okay, meaning perfect. Verse 26. And the Most High Power said, let us make man in our image, okay, after our likeness, okay. So if you notice, it says us here. That's the Most High. He's speaking to the light in which he created, you know, in the second verse here in Genesis chapter 1, right? In which is Hamashiach, okay? As it's written in the book of John, or St. John, the first chapter, it says that Hamashiach was with the Most High, and the Most High used him to create the things of the world, okay? So this is the reason why he's saying us here in verse 26 again from the top. And the Most High said, let us make man in our image, after our likeness, and let them have dominion over the fish of the sea, and over the fowl of the air, and over the cattle, and over all the earth, and over every creeping thing that creepeth upon the earth. Verse 27. So the Most High created man in his own image. In the image of the Most High Power created he him, male and female created he them. Okay, so the Most High created the male and the female. Okay, but it's letting you know that he created the man in his image. All right. Verse 28. And the Most High Power blessed them, and the Most High said unto them, what? Be fruitful and multiply, right? Just as he told the sea mammals, just as he told the fowls of the air on the earth, right? The dry land. But he's telling us now to man, all right? And replenish the earth and subdue it, and have dominion over the fish of the sea, and over the fowl of the air, and over every living thing that moveth upon the earth. Verse 29. And the Most High Power said, behold, I have given you every herb bearing seed. Okay, so there's no need to create GMOs, you know, just because you claim that there's a food shortage because the world is overpopulated, right? Which is upon the face of the earth, and every tree, in the which is the fruit of a tree yielding seed, to you it shall be for meat. Okay. Verse 30. And to every beast of the earth, and to every fowl of the air, and to everything that creepeth upon the earth, wherein there is life, I have given every green herb for meat. And it was so. Okay, verse 31. And the Most High Power saw everything that he made, and behold, it was what? Very good. All right. In the evening, in the morning was the sixth day. All right. Meaning today, that's the day of preparation before the Sabbath day. And then if you go further into Genesis, which is the second chapter, verses 1 through 3, you will see that the Most High created the Sabbath day, which is the day of rest. after he created everything in the world, right? So the Most High made everything perfect and good, man. As it says here in the book of Genesis, chapter 1, right? So this is plain as day, man. This is why we have to do our due diligence, and stay in these scriptures, man, and meditate in the scriptures day and night. Just like I said, so we won't be deceived by the wiles and the snares of the devil, telling you that the world is overpopulated and that, they need to create GMOs. They need to mix and mingle certain meats, right, to feed the population of the world because it's overpopulated. And it's all BS, right? And then it seems like they're always taking all of the clean animals, okay, and mixing and mingling them. Okay, you're doing gene editing with all of the clean animals, but what about all of the unclean animals? Okay, what about the so-called swine, which is the pig nowadays, the wild hog? Okay, you're not doing any gene editing with those guys. Okay, there's no food shortage when it comes to swine, right? But when it comes to your chicken, when it comes to your cattle, your bullock, which is your steak, okay, when it comes to your turkey, your fish or whatever, all of the clean meats, right? You want to say it's a food shortage with them, but when it comes to the swine, there's nothing going on with swine, right? Swine is perfect, right? I never heard of any shortage of swine or pig, right? You never go into a supermarket and see that there's a shortage of ham, there's a shortage of pork bologna or anything with pork byproducts in it, right? Everything with swine is straight. But when it comes to the chicken, when it comes to the beef, when it comes to the turkey, oh, there's a food shortage, right? So this is the gaslighting that we're being fed through the mass media, man, by the powers that shouldn't be, right? So this is why we have to stay diligent in these scriptures, man, and ask the Most High for that spirit of discernment, man, so you can recognize the wiles and the snares of these devils, man, right? So this is the whole purpose why I'm doing this video here. Okay, now in continuation, let's go to chapter 28, still in the book of Genesis.